Hey everyone, Gil here at Camp Patton Family Compound. Well, I'm out on the new patio out here doing some work for the indoor garden. And before I get to that, so the patio's been in the shade all day today and we're at 102. So what I'm doing is inside, oh man, sun's bright there. This shade was out farther and it's slowly coming this way, but anyways, indoors, the two blue tubs I have in there are 15 gallons each. And when I planted this 6 blue spruce trees out front, they came in 10-gallon tubs. So what I'm doing is I'm setting those 10-gallon tubs up to go inside. But there's a couple problems with that, and I'm going to show you that right now. All right, so these have holes in them, 6 drainage holes. So I'm taking coffee filters. I'm going to put one coffee filter over each hole. Just kind of lay it out to kind of show you. And then I'm going to add dirt in on top of it. Well, what I've done already, I've already started this one over here. And I was actually putting the dirt in here when the first time when the camera died. I forgot to turn on the backup battery. So what I'm just doing is I'm just adding the soil to it like this. Make sure that the filters are up tight against the sides and not going to come loose and allow any of the soil to get behind the filters and wash out. So that's the whole idea behind this here. A couple more scoops ought to do it. There we go. And now I'll go ahead and fill it up. I'm not going to make you watch me filling it up, but I want to talk to you a little bit about what how I made this soil here. Hang on, my batteries are trying to fall out here. There we go. Get down where it belongs here. All right, so most of this came from some of the other planters I had indoors. The 5-gallon bucket that had the rainbow chard in it. The big one that had all the lettuce in it. The half 30-gallon one that was cut horizontal or vertically and laid horizontally. So I pulled all that soil out here. I've been keeping it in that trash can, which is still about half full of soil. But for this, I'm using my soil tester to try to make sure I have a good pH for it, what I'm going to be putting in here. And I've added a bunch of the Kellogg's garden soil conditioner. And I've added a bunch of the dairy cow compost. So, and then I also added a 3.5-gallon bucket of Canadian peat moss into it. And I've been mixing it all up using my power drill with the mortar attachment on it. Just mixing it all up and making sure it's all properly mixed. So I'm not sure if I have enough to do both of them, so I'm just going to start putting it in there. If I need to, I'll mix up more. But I want to get one of these going and get it inside the house tonight so it can start acclimating to the temperature inside the house. The one I'm going to put, the cherry tomatoes I just started. They're about that big now in their pots, in the little pots. And then when they get a bit bigger, I will transplant it into these containers here. I'm also going to do another 10-gallon one. Then I'm going to move some of the strawberries that are going hog wild out there. Take some of the I forget what they're called, where it goes over and it roots down in, it basically forms a new plant. So I'm going to take a couple of those and put those in another one of these and keep it indoors and see how it does all winter long indoors, and where it's more like it is in California, and see if it'll grow like it does in California. Keep on growing and producing strawberries all winter long. So give me a few seconds to load this up and then I'll take it inside, but I'm just going to go ahead and pause the camera here while I load it up. Okay, so I got it 3/4 of the way full. I'm not going to fill it all the way up because it's getting heavy, so I filled up another bucket to take inside, and I'll transfer that inside into the bucket inside. This is my soil tester I've been using. It's got it measures moisture, the light the plant is receiving, and pH. After mixing in the manure and all the different amendments together, and especially adding the peat moss to it, it went from being pegged out on 8 to and for pH. I mean, so it's probably more like 8.5 or 9. It was pegged hard. It brought it up to about 6.5. So that should be a lot better for the tomatoes and also for the strawberries as well. So, but I got to mix up a whole bunch more to do the next 10-gallon container there, and whatever other container I use to put the strawberries in. So I'm going to go ahead and take this inside, and we're going to set it up inside, and you're going to see how I got it set up. However, before I go inside, I'm going to show you what I got here. See if I can get it to focus down on it here with the glare. Okay, so what I have under it as a saucer is the lid for a 30-gallon barrel, and it's got a nice recess in here. It'll hold a bunch of water, so when I set this in here and I water it inside, I don't have to worry about the water leaching out through the holes here and getting all over the carpet. So, you know, the amount of water we'll be adding to this a day is not going to be enough to overfill that lid, and I'll be able to see if water's sitting in there, how it's going. And this is just temporary. Unfortunately, the Home Depot and Lowe's here in Idaho Falls don't have the saucers that go underneath the big potted plants and stuff, but the one in California does. So my wife's going to pick up a couple of saucers that I can use to put these in. They'll hold a lot more water if it happens to leach out, and also provide, you know, because those saucers that she'll be getting are about like that deep. So, you know, about 3 times as deep as this thing here is. So water will still be able to get back in at the soil on the bottom and leach back up as the roots need it. So let's go ahead and go inside. All right, I got the bucket in place there, and then I have the other bucket of dirt here, or soil will be transferring to it. However, the 5-gallon bucket with the cucumber in it, I've been thinking for the last several days about possibly just going ahead and moving that outside on the cement patio there. Keep it where it's mostly in the shade, so the bottom doesn't get too hot, but it'll get a little bit more warmth out there than it does inside, and we'll see how it goes. As it is right now, I got another cucumber there starting up, another one right over there, and a couple others look like they accepted hand pollination and are getting a little bit bigger as well. So anyways, that's what I've done so far. And so I'm just going to go ahead and transfer all the dirt over and get ready for these two here. These are the 2 cherry tomatoes that are going to be going in the 2 10-gallon buckets I'm doing right now. So, alrighty here. So before I take off, I'm going to go ahead and give you some things here to look at. So right here, I'm going to post the link to the indoor garden video playlist. Down below here where my hand is, I'm going to put another video that you may want to find interesting. Over here on this side here, I'm going to do Gray Man Prepping up here, which is my other channel where I do 90% of my emergency preparedness stuff. And then for those of you who aren't members, I'll put the link here to subscribe to the channel as well.